Greetings, friends, neighbors, pickers, bluegrassers. Here we are, the Wednesday night, the ultra rare Wednesday night Playalong Bluegrass Jam. Thanks for being here on a different night than we usually do it. If you're coming in from the slow jam, welcome back. If you're coming in hot right here, welcome. It's always a quick turnaround from the slow jam to the mid-tempo. I just had time to start up a new video here and top off my tea, and didn't have time to tune, so there we go. All right, I'm gonna double check the live streams, make sure we're up and running, and then we're gonna get to it with a good old song from Vern Williams, from Vern and Ray, called Cabin on a Mountain. I mean, what an amazing generic bluegrass theme, but what a great song. I just love it. I mean, if you can get away with writing another song about a cabin on a mountain, you're doing well. That's my opinion. Okay, here we go. There's Facebook Live is working. Check the YouTube channel. Make sure we're up and running there. And view my channel. There it is. Okay. Well, it's winter. I'm still in Southern California here for a couple more weeks. I just enjoy this time of retreat and family hang and being back at the old home place. Kind of stoking those home fires before I go back to Colorado, where I actually live. And getting busy with all kinds of things coming up. And today the big news obviously was the release of the Goat Canyon Trestle video. We released the single on Friday. It got picked up by an official Spotify playlist called New Grass. And that really helped boost my Spotify there a little bit. Got a bunch of plays on the first couple days. Psyched. I love that. And it's a good song. And very proud of how it turned out. And my sister and I hustled a very work-intensive process of making the music video. We hiked all the way out to the Trestle. It was a 16-mile hiking day in the desert with Lorena here, who is my lightest guitar. And also, becoming, one of, I don't really play favorites, but she's been my favorite lately. And anyhow, stayed up late last night editing the video and released it this morning, and pretty excited about it. I think it looks great, so please check that out if you haven't yet. Send it to your friends. And this Goat Canyon Trestle is a place of historic significance, and for railroad and engineering buffs, it's a real marvel. It's the largest wooden trestle ever built in the world. So we hiked out to it and filmed the video. So check it out. So I think it'll do well, just because it's a landmark and a popular thing already on YouTube. There's a whole bunch of people, have hiked out there and made videos about it. And that's how I obtained that drone footage. I got some drone footage from a nice fella named Brad, Kolob Canyon Ranch, who did a hiking video out there. And I contacted so many people, and nobody, very few of them got back to me. And this fella did, and he was in the music business and was very supportive and offered me his clips from his drone. So that helped to really, give the video a little extra with those aerial shots. Okay, let's get to it. Cabin on a Mountain, key of G. This was inspired by my trip to the Great 48 in Bakersfield at the beginning of this month, where they love Vern Williams in that California Bluegrass Association. And jammed with Keith Little there at the event, and Keith actually played on this recording, or the recording that I know, the early 80s Vern Williams band, Bluegrass from the Gold Country album. So that inspired me to bring in a little bit of Vern Williams to the mix here. This was originally recorded by Vern and Ray back in the 60s. And it goes like this, key of G. 1 and 1 and a 4 and a 1. 1 and a 1, 2 and a 5. 1 and a 1, 4 and a 1. 1 and a 1 and a 5 and a 1. Chorus to the 5. 5, 5 and a 1. 2, 2, 5. 1 and 1 and 4. 1 and a 1 and a 5 and a 1. So this is one of those rare numbers where we're going to do the holds in the picking sections, the kickoff and the breaks, the same way we do when we're singing it. So we'll leave those little couple extra beats between those measures. So what we'll do is we'll kick it off on, you're going to kick it off on a verse, but then when we get to our breaks, we'll trade off. I'll take the first break on the verse and pass it to you to play over the chorus changes. And then and then we'll sing another verse chorus, and then the next round you'll take your break on the verse, pass it to me for the chorus. And then there'll be a chorus out, because there's only 2 verses on this song. Okay, so I might kick it off like, let's see, 1, 2, 3. I did it perfectly at the top of the broadcast here. And one more time. 1, 2, 3. Some version of the melody like that. Okay, here we go. I hope you're singing along on the choruses. And you're going to kick us off on Cabin on a Mountain, key of G. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. First verse. There's a cabin on a mountain far away in Tennessee. Dearest place this side of heaven, that's where I long to be. I've rambled this world over, sailed upon the deep blue sea. But in that cabin on a mountain is where my heart will always be. I said goodbye to my blue-eyed mountain sweetheart, dearest girl in this whole wide world to me. Every night of her I'm dreaming, and a cabin on a mountain far away in Tennessee. I got it. To that cabin on the mountain in Tennessee, so far away. I've rambled this world over, sailed across the deep blue sea. But in that cabin with my darling is where I long to be. I said goodbye to my blue-eyed mountain sweetheart, dearest girl in this whole wide world to me. Every night said goodbye to my blue-eyed mountain sweetheart, dearest girl in this whole wide world to me. Every night of her I'm dreaming, and a cabin on a mountain far away in Tennessee. Okay, I just love that song. It's a new one to me, but I'm so glad that it's in the repertoire now. All right, and Vern, of course, is up in A. I believe he's in A on this. It's higher. And Vern had such just a knife-edge tenor voice, very Monroe-style singer. And with his own, like, I don't know, he just had this old man, like, just in-your-face kind of sound. And the trio on that recording with Del, his son Del, and Keith Little singing the baritone, I think, on that album, Bluegrass from the Gold Country. It's so good. Okay, I Wouldn't Change You If I Could, here in the key of G. This is kind of from, I learned it from Red Allen and Frank Wakefield. And I hope I remember how it goes, the words. Suits me to a T. Okay, it's in there. Today was a scramble. I had a lot going on, and I was up late last night, so I didn't have as much time to review as I wanted. Now, let's see. This is going to slow down. This song fits well in the slow set. But anyway, the thing about you, if I could. Right about here, key of G. And 1 and a 1 and a 5 and a 5. 5 and a 5 and a 1. 1 and a 1 and a 5 and a 5. 4 and a 5 and a 1. The other songs in my head. Stand by. You belong to me. Oh man. Okay, it goes to the 4. Sorry. That's the trouble. I usually plan this so the songs aren't similar in melody. Goes to the 4. 4 and a 4 and a 1 and a 1. 4 and a 4 and 1 and a 5. 1 and a 1. 5 and a 5. Perfect just the way you are. I wouldn't change you if I could. Okay. Kickoff might go something like 1, 2, 3. So that's it. We'll just pick on the verses. Let's take the choruses too. Why not? Like we did on the last song, we'll trade back and forth on verses and choruses on the breaks. Okay. I wouldn't change you if I could. Key of G. You're going to kick us off. A 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. About you if I could. The way you are just suits me to a D. A princess in a storybook spoke, a queen upon the throne. That's what you are, and you belong to me. I wouldn't change you if I could. I love you as you are. You're all that I could wish for if I wished upon a star. An angel sent from heaven, you're everything that's good. You're perfect just the way you are. I wouldn't change you if I could. Your tender smile, I'd leave them as they are. Come what may, I love you just the same. And if I was a potter and you a piece of clay, the only thing I'd change would be your name. I wouldn't change you if I could. I love you as you are. You're all that I could if I wished upon a star. An angel sent from heaven, you're everything that's good. You're perfect just the way you are. I wouldn't change you if I could. Play. I wouldn't change you if I could. I love you as you are. You're all that I could wish for if I wished upon a star. An angel sent from heaven, you're everything that's good. You're perfect just the way you are. I wouldn't change you if I could. Beautiful song. I love it. And I'm glad I remembered it. Okay, here we go. Paddy on the Turnpike in the key of G. We're going to pick up the tempo a little bit here, but keep it in the friendly mid-tempo range. This would be, you know, this would be a breakdown, a fast number. But we're going to make it nice and friendly here. Those of you who might be learning it and are playing it on another instrument, or this might be like your absolute max, and that's okay. This is not an easy style to play. Okay. In G, this is how I play it. 1, 1, 1 and a 1, flat 7, flat 7, flat 7, flat 7, 1 and a 1 and a 1, 1 and a 1 and a 5 and a 1. In other words, G, F, whole thing as far as the rhythm. Okay, so let's do 3 times through. All right, there's, you know, A part is, you know, twice through, and then B part twice through. So that's 1 time, A B B, standard 16 bar fiddle tune. So it'll go me, you, me, you, me, you. 3 times all the way through, and then you're going to tag it at the end. Here we go. Paddy on the Turnpike, key of G. I'll be kicking it off. Fun. That's a nice tempo for that. It gave me an opportunity to go for things that are a little more difficult, you know, beyond 130, where I usually try to play that. Very cool. Okay, what's next? Colleen Malone. We'll do this song and then we'll I'll check in with everybody. So make sure you leave a comment. Let us know what you're playing, where you are, how you're doing. Anything else you'd like the group to know. I love how, you know, people stay connected here. Connections have been made between me and many of you in real life, and between people who might not know each other in different areas, and I love that. I love being a rainmaker of sorts, one who helps to bring people together. Because that's the thing about this style. This is a very social style of music. And that's one of the things I really love about it. And one of the reasons so many of you get into it, right? To make connections and have a style that you can play with others. Okay, let's see, what tempo? Right here where we were. This will be fine for Colleen Malone. In the key of D. 1 and a 4 and a 1 and a 1. 4 and 2 and a 5. That 2 is the E. 1 and a 1 and a 4. Sorry. 1 and a 4 and a 1 and a 1 and a 4 and a 5 and 1. That's the verse. The chorus goes to the 5. 5, 5 and 4 and a 1. 4 and a 1 and a 5. Hang on the 5. 4 and a 1. 4 and 5 and a 1. That's it. Straight ahead. The first round has 2 verses. Then there's a chorus, then there's 1 verse, then the chorus, then 1 verse, chorus. And the ending is the only arrangement thing. So when we get to the very end, we're going to tag it this way. On the chorus, the last couple lines of the chorus. 5 and 5 and a 4 and a 1. 4 and a 5 and a 1. So that is how we'll tag it. It's got just a little refrain from the kickoff, basically. And Hot Rise, they would sing and ring out. Let me demonstrate. So here's the last chorus. As the tall breezes blow through the meadow, I go past the mill with the moss-colored. Let's try it again. As the soft breezes blow through the meadow, I go past the mill with the moss-covered stone. Up the pathway I climb through the woods and the vines to be with my Colleen Malone. Here's the tag. Up the pathway I climb through the woods and the vines to be with my Colleen Malone. So we're gonna try that. Okay, here we go. My kickoff would go. You get the idea. No, you're gonna do it cleaner than that. Here we go. Take a deep breath, and here we go on Colleen Malone in the key of D. You're going to kick it off. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. It's been 10 years and 3 since I first went to sea, since I sailed from old Ireland and home. Those hills lush and green were a part of my dream when I dreamed of my Colleen Malone. On the day I returned to my sorrow, I learned that the angels had called her away to a grave on the hill overlooking the mill. That's the place she is sleeping today. As the soft breezes blow through the meadow, I go past the mill with the moss-covered stone. Up the pathway I climb through the woods and the vines to be with my Colleen Malone. each day as I sailed far away, there was no one but me that she loved. I remember those eyes were as blue as the sky, and her heart was as pure as a dove. Chorus. As the soft breezes blow through the meadow, I go past the mill with the moss-covered stone. Up the pathway I climb through the woods and the vines to be with my Colleen Malone. Play. All the years of my life I will not take a wife, I will live in this valley alone, planting flowers around in the soft gentle ground that is holding my Colleen Malone. Last chorus. As the soft breezes blow through the meadow, I go past the mill with the moss-covered stone. Up the pathway I climb through the woods and the vines to be with my Colleen Malone. Up the pathway I climb through the woods and the vines to be with my Colleen Malone. Okay. That was fun. I just love that song. I think Tim wrote it. Did Tim write that song? Anyway, Tim O'Brien, Hot Rise, recorded it. Larry Sparks did a cool version, and it's just an amazing song. It's like it came from, old Irish folk music or something. Okay, how we all doing out there? We got some folks picking along. Yes, we got some folks here. YouTube, Sandy in Bakersfield. Oh, the set list didn't change from the slow jam. Okay. Sorry about that. Interesting. Huh, okay. Let's see if that happened also on Facebook. Well, I'm not seeing it right now. Okay, apologies. I'll fix that after the set. Okay. Thanks for the heads up, Sandy. Thanks for being here up in Bakersfield, picking on the banjo. Charles Gamble in Birmingham, Alabama. Very cool. Picking on a Givens mandolin. All right. Piney Woods gives a shaka. Jeffrey Boyle. Hello, Jeffrey. Hello, Stringbender 57. Hello, Sam I Jam. Little Cabin on the Hill. Yeah, you can never get enough of the good cabin songs, right? And Roberto Delgado. Hello, Roberto. Thanks for being here. Lex Miner just got here. Very cool, Lex. Thanks for being here. Sage Helperman is in Commerce City picking on the old acoustic guitar. Mike Farley in Western North Carolina picking the mandolin tonight. First visit. Yeah, thanks for being here, Mike. Practically Nuts is Wes in Monterey. Thank you for being here, Wes. Sasha A. The set list seems fine here. Well, I'm looking at it, and this is the slow jam set list here on the mid-tempo. So on YouTube anyway, so sorry about that. Jake Kennedy, hello from Chattanooga. What else are we playing tonight? Yeah, well, okay, the rest of the set list is Goat Canyon Trestle here. I'll just post it. This is the entire set. And, oh yeah, we're coming up. We got a little adventure. All right, there we go. There it is on YouTube. Is it going to work? Is it going to let me post? Huh. Come on. Strange. It's not letting me do it. Maybe it's because I'm the host. Why would it not? Huh, okay. All right, well, I'll put it on Facebook. Hopefully it made it over to the Facebook page. Okay, Facebook land. Doug Yeomans in Buffalo, New York. Okay. Doug's a great guitar player. I appeared on one of his Telecaster albums. And hello, Doug. Thanks for being here. Great flat picker as well. Member of the Buffalo Music Hall of Fame. Up there with Mark Panfill and the Panfill brothers and so many good friends in Buffalo who are crestfallen this week. I'm sorry. That was a very close game. Cindy Jo Weber Buziak. Makes you want to pick up your guitar. You should, Cindy, that's the point. Christopher Henry, hello, the legend, the man, the Iron Man of bluegrass, Chris Henry. Thank you, my friend. The mid-tempo jam is one of your favorite things in life. Means the world coming from you, Mr. Christopher Henry, who taught me so much about bluegrass music back in my formative years. Tony Cook, still picking along with the guitar and the bouzouki in Austin, Tejas. David Lutz, picking the guitar in Tahoe. Very cool. Well, what part of Tahoe? There's a lot of Tahoe's a big place. Even north, south. And yeah, grooving to the hits while you're working on the computer. Christopher Henry. Always putting out content. Christopher Henry, oh my gosh. Guitar, mandolin, vocals, songwriting, and all things of the mind, body, and spirit. You got Chris Henry to lean on for lots of resources there on his YouTube and Facebook page. Okay, so let's see. Jason Bouger is picking the mandolin in Maryland. Jake Kennedy is in Chattanooga. Okay. Yeah, and it's still not letting me put this on. It's still not letting me post it on YouTube, and I don't know why. But anyway, I'll get that fixed in the description after the fact here. And I know a lot of folks play along after the whole deal, so that's a cool thing. Being here live is fun because we interact a little bit. I'm pretty focused, and you are too. But thanks for checking in here on the chats, on the comments. And here's the big move. Now we're gonna play Goat Canyon Trestle, my new single in the key of E. Now we're not going to play this nearly as fast as it goes on the album, but I'm just so thrilled about how this has all gone since we released the song on Friday. I say we, it's me, and there's a great band playing on the album with Michael Daves, the great Michael Daves, great vocalist in New York, doing the tenor vocal, Andy Thorne on the banjo, Ace Engfer on the bass, Dylan McCarthy on the mandolin, and Andy Reiner, the skiing fiddler, on the violin. And the single went really well. It got onto an official Spotify playlist, which is, I think that's a first for me. I've been trying to crack that for a long time. And that was very helpful for my Spotify. And we released the video today. The adventure video, hiked all the way out there to that trestle. 16-mile day, carrying old Lorena here, my lightest guitar. Had to learn the parts, right, to sync it up to the track, which I was playing on a speaker as we were filming. And it was just my sister and me on my iPhone 14 cinematic mode. Looks pretty darn good. And I acquired some drone footage from a very friendly guy, Brad, at the Kolob Canyons Ranch, who had posted a video on YouTube and actually responded to me. One of probably 30 people I contacted trying to get drone footage of the trestle. So anyway, we're going to play the song, and this is partly because it's a cool song and you should learn it, and also because I'm pushing this song right now, obviously. So here's how it goes. The verse in the key of E. 1 and 1 and 5 and 5. 1 and 1 and 4. 4 and 4 and 5. 4 and 4 and 1. 1 and 1 and 5 and 5. 1 and 1 and 4. 4 and 4 and 5, 5. 4 and 5 and 1. Here comes the chorus. 4 and 4 and 5 and 5 and 1 and 1 and 4. 4, 4, 5, 5. 4 and 5 and a 1. So that's the whole thing. At the end, there's a tag. You're just gonna have to follow me on the tag. It does another couple 4/5s at the end, and if you know the story, and then you'll be able to follow the lyric. But anyhow, just follow me on the tag. On the album, I kick it off on a chorus, and then we take breaks on the verses. But let's just keep it consistent like we do here at the play along and just keep it all verse. So it'll be a long verse to jam on. You know, on the album I split the breaks, but you're going to take a whole ride every time. And this is a neat one. On guitar, I can do a melody strum. This is a simple song, right? I mean, you just heard it go by. It's pretty nursery rhyme simple. It's just the arrangement and the tempo that add a little bit of complexity to it. So I'm going to show you how I might kick it off, like with a melody strum kind of version. So here's how I might kick it off on a verse if I was just sitting here jamming with you. 1, 2, 3. Okay, here we go. The song about the Goat Canyon Trestle and the story of the impossible railroad. Completed in 1919. Broke ground in 1906. Took them 3 times as long to build as they thought. Cost 3 times as much. Basically caused Spreckles to find poor health and die young of stress. And then the trestle was completed in 1933 after an earthquake knocked out one of the main tunnels. In 1932, Southern Pacific acquired the railroad from the Spreckles family and built that dang thing in a year, and it's still the largest wooden trestle ever built anywhere in the world. It's out of commission now, but it's still standing. Okay, here you go. Kick us off on the Goat Canyon Trestle, key of E. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. Along the steep Huckabah Range to see this bygone marvel of the railroad days. Still the largest wooden trestle ever made. 700 feet long, 200 tall, had a curve to brace against the wind. Now 90 years have gone, and so have all the dreams these rails will ever run again. On the San Diego in Arizona, eastern desert line. Impossible they say, but they built it anyway. Steel rails long lost in time. I got it. Spreckles John D. was the idea man, made a fortune in the sugar trade. Saw potential in this sleepy little southern town, if a rail link could be made. The Southern Pacific offered secretly all the funds to make this vision real, to connect old San Diego to points back east. Ground was broken and their fates were sealed. On the San south, hit by earthquakes and a hurricane. True story. Standing here silent in the blazing sun, I can feel old Spreckles' pain. If you take on the desert, it will always win against all things human-made. Like the San Diego in Arizona, Eastern desert line. Impossible, they say, but they built it anyway. 69 miles of old steel rails, long lost and left behind. Okay. Yeah, it was built on a 13-degree curve to withstand the wind that always comes down the canyon at the same time. So trains had to go 10 miles an hour over it because of the curve. And built completely of Humboldt County redwood because steel would warp in that heat of the desert. And the trouble is, if a train goes braking over that, you know, it'll send sparks down into this wooden trestle. So to protect their $300,000 investment back in 1933, they put a water tank up on a hill and installed sprinklers and stationed somebody there to turn those sprinklers on every time a train went over the tracks. And it serviced the Southern Pacific from 1933, when it was built, to replace the tunnel that had collapsed that was originally put in 1919. And the last passenger train went over it in 1955 because Interstate 8 was happening and interstates took over the rail travel. But they used it for freight up until the 70s. And anyway, there you go. Ever since we hiked out there, I've been just dreaming about the thing. I mean, it's pretty cool to have that kind of history. You know, still out there in the middle of the desert, you know, middle of nowhere, and hiking that route and seeing how they built the 69 miles of the desert line from El Centro to up over the Carrizo Mountains and to the border at Jacumba, California. That 69 miles of the desert line, that was the hard part. There was a stretch that went into Mexico, and this was in the Mexican the Mexican War for Independence was happening, and there was railroad workers being attacked by Mexican revolutionaries and murdered and taken hostage. And so they had this thing was doomed from the start, but they persevered and made the thing happen. So the 10 miles through the Carrizo Gorge, where the trestle is, there's 18 tunnels, several trestles, including this gargantuan one, and it's up this grade through this really inhospitable granite, you know, Mojave Desert. It's amazing. It's just like modern marvel, 20th century marvel of engineering the whole way through. Okay, that's enough of me talking. Let's get back to the music. What do we got? Brown County Breakdown. Hey, I figured while we're in E, let's do a little Brown County Breakdown. But that was fun, right? That song, it's a good song. You can play it at your jams. You have my permission. Now I'm going to back this down a little bit because this song has a bit of complexity, not much. This tune, I should say. Bill Monroe instrumental in E, and it goes. There's 3 sections, and a 1 and a 1. Flat 7 chord is a D, concert D, but a B flat for those of us who are capoed 4. Okay, Let's go 3 times through. Meet you, meet you, meet you. And no need to tag it. Just do a regular old strum at the end. And what am I saying? Put a tag on it. Tag it. Tag it. Key of E. I'm going to kick us off on Brown County Breakdown. Here we go. long 3 times through. Maybe we'll do that twice next time. Because that's a tune that it's hard to get away from the melody. You really don't want to get too far away from the melody. I sort of tried a couple times and couldn't really think of much else to do. Anyway, cool tune. Wanted to make sure you knew that one. Brown County Breakdown had a Monroe jam at the Great 48 that Nina Weissman hosted, and she's great Monroe. And it was all people who knew the Monroe stuff really well, and it was cool. It was a great review for me. I'm like, oh, I actually need to learn old Ebenezer Scrooge and some of these Monroe numbers that I don't visit very often. Okay, where are we at? A couple more songs. Back to the Barrooms. Okay. Merle Haggard's song, but done by J.D. Crowe and the New South, of course. Let's see, what's a good tempo? To the bar, right about there. We're going to be in B flat for this. I'm going to move the old capo down. Yeah, that was my first ever visit to Bakersfield. I mean, I'm a California guy. But drove some roads I'd never driven before. And then we went to Death Valley after that, which I'd never been to either. So I'm just checking things off the list this winter. I'm loving it. Okay, so there's some arrangement stuff on the J.D. Crowe recording, but we're gonna straighten this thing out and go like here's the verse. 1 and 1 and a 4 and 4 and 1 and 1 and a 5. 1 and 1 and a 4 and 4 and 1 and 1 and a 5 and a 5. 5 and a 1. So that's going to be your kickoff. It's going to be your breaks. Same form as the chorus. Okay, so yep, same form as the chorus. So here's how I might kick it off. 1, 2, 3. All right, here's my do-over for the night. 1, 2, 3. Something like that. I know you're going to play it way better. Especially you banjo players out there, I'll bet. Okay, here we go. Back to the Barrooms. And I'm drinking tea. 4 years sober myself. It's a good cautionary tale. Okay, kick us off. Key of B flat. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. Maybe someday you'll love me enough to stay with me, and whiskey won't be my best friend. Now it's back to the barrooms again. I got bartender knows me, he knows how you do me, and he knows why I'm back here again. He should be given a prize for his patience, for bartenders do understand. Now it's back to the bar rooms again. Chorus. Now it's back to the bar rooms, right back to drinking again. Maybe someday you'll love me enough to stay with me, and whiskey won't be my best friend. Now it's back to the bar rooms again. Play. With the loud music roaring, the bartender pouring, my shaky legs trying to stand. It's over and over, I'm trying to stay sober, but look what a failure I've been. Now it's back to the bar rooms again. Last chorus. Now it's back to the bar rooms, right back to drinking again. Maybe someday you'll love me enough to stay with me, and whiskey won't be my best friend. Now it's back to the bar rooms again. Woo! This is the point of the night that I'm starting to feel the vocal fatigue. So thanks for bearing with me. We got one more song here, That's How I Can Count on You, and then we'll have a little bit of a break before the fast jam, and I hope you all come back, because remember, that's what we're working toward, being able to play bluegrass at fast tempo, even if we're not playing fancy stuff. You want to honor the tempo, not necessarily let your technique dictate how fast you're going. So this is going to be a song that usually goes by much faster, but here's a mid-tempo version of That's How I Can Count on You. Also, last PSA for you tonight. I know I've done a lot of talking because I'm excited about the song. But March 22, Denver, Colorado, Swallow Hill Music. That's going to be my Denver album release show with a full bluegrass band. Very excited. Tickets are on sale. So check that out if you're anywhere near Denver. March 22nd, Swallow Hill. Tickets at tylergrant.com. Okay, here we go. In the key of B flat. 1 and 1 and 1, 1 and 1 and 5, 1 and a 1 and a 4 and 4 and a 1 and 1 and 5 and a 1. It does another one of those, then a chorus. 4, 4 and 1 and 5 and a 1 and a 4 and 4, 4 and 1, 2, 2, 2 and a 5, then another time through. So it's not really verse and chorus, it's like A, B, C, A, B, A, basically. It's a long form. So what we're going to do is pick it through one of those A parts. That'll be your kickoff, like so. 1, 2, 3. Again, cleaner than that. I know you can do it. And that'll be the breaks as well. And then we're going to sing the whole thing through, and then we'll take breaks like back and forth. So I'll take the first one, then you'll take one, and then we'll sing the whole thing again. That's kind of how this works, and it's a duet throughout. And I hope you're singing along. That's How I Can Count on You. I kind of do the Red Allen version. Key of B flat. Here we go. Kick us off. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. April can count on the showers, the grass can count on the dew, and March can count on the windy days. That's how I can count on you. If the road looks long and endless, with nothing but heartbreak in view, I'll smile all the while, for I'll know that I can always count on you. If fame and fortune should pass me by, though a beggar, I'll stand alone, for a king and his kingdom could never find a love that is true as the love we have known. Like a baby can count on its mother at night when the day is all through, and lovers can count on the moon, silver moon. That's how I can count on you. Me then you. Sing it again. Like April can count on the showers, the grass can count on the dew, and March can count on the windy days. That's how I can count on you. If the road looks long and endless, with nothing but heartbreak in view, I'll smile all the while, for I'll know that I can always count on you. If fame and fortune should pass me by, though a beggar, I'll stand alone, for a king and his kingdom could never find a love that is true as the love we have known. Like a baby can count on its mother at night when the day is all through, and lovers can count on the moon, silver moon. That's how I can count on you. Yes, that's how I can count on you. Woo! Okay, thanks everybody. Appreciate the donations as always. Appreciate you being here, staying in touch, and checking out Flat Picking Academy on Artist Works if you want to learn some guitar from me. Okay, we got about 18 minutes, 17 minutes to get warmed up for the fast tempos. I suggest you do that. Take a break, and I'll see you at quarter after for the fast jam.